Hello, my name is Anders Fongen and I would like to demonstrate how it is possible to send IP traffic across DMR links, digital mobile radios, and that can take place in such a configuration as shown here. The IP network is connected to a component called controller, which is in fact a router, combined with a controller of the modems that will send and receive DMR bursts. So it's necessary then for the controller to convert the IP packets into DMR bursts and send them off along the green lines in the form of a homebrew protocol. So this is the configuration, and the actual lab can be seen here. This is the controller on the left hand side of the illustration, together with the two DMR modems. They are called MMDVM, multimode digital voice modem, and can be seen here as a hat which is put on top of a Raspberry Pi. You see this in a simplex configuration with only one antenna, and there's one actually that is able to do duplex traffic, but it's not possible to configure that with the present software. So we keep this in simplex configuration and only one antenna. So they too have then on the left hand side of the illustration taking care of the traffic in opposite direction, while on the other side there's the controller connected here, which then connected with the two DMR modems through Ethernet cables, and the same configuration applies here, so they also send traffic in each direction. And we've got an endpoint here, which is a part of that IP network. This one is connected over a Wi-Fi network to this controller on the right hand side, and is then isolated on this side, where this laptop is connected through the controller to a different Wi-Fi. And also present on the lab is two radios that I only use for monitoring of the radio signals. This one listens to the traffic from left to right. It will also display, or let's say signal that traffic through noise, which only gives us the ability to check the timing aspects, not any information aspects. This one, the other way around, that one listens to the traffic from right to left. And the console here shows then the traffic between, or just debug output from the controller software. This moment it only displays the handshaking, the heartbeat traffic between the modems and the controller, but we will see the actual content turning up there. On the same thing here, this controller is controlled from an SSH console, which also shows then the heartbeat traffic. And in order for this to happen, we need to have a route from this PC. We'll need to know that in case it should send something to that network, or to that node in particular, it will have to route that traffic through the service port on this one. This service port has 192.168.2.151, so we need to set up route in this computer in order to tell it that we will send. So this is the command that we do send for that purpose. Route add 10401173, which is the address of the laptop on the other side. It's going to be routed through 192.168.2.151, which is this one. And since this computer has its default route through that one, this is actually an access point of the Wi-Fi. We don't need to add any kind of extra info in this laptop. So it only replies to the IP packets. So what we want to show you is the ping command. So if we just take this and ping 10401173, we will see things starting to happen. Interesting. We will hear now the noise from the DMR bursts on the two radios, and we will see some debug output coming out from the two consoles. And what's interesting here is that we actually do then get a relatively reliable link, which you will see here. It's 0% loss, but it has a significant round trip time on 2.5 seconds. And if you time this with a stopwatch, we will calculate approximately 1100 bits per second. So the link is slow. Let's show you again what happens here. You see then the output, now it sends and now it receives. This is receiving. On this side we will show let's do that again. So now it receives and sends again. And this is being sent with 20 milliwatts from these two modems in each direction. And the controller also on this side is connected with Ethernet cables, and the software will be, let's say, we'll just arrange for the link to be unidirectional, not bidirectional. So I've just shown you now that it's possible to do this in practice with cheap open source component like this. These MMDVM cost like $30 or something. So what we see here, yes, it is possible, but the applicability of a link with that low speed, 1100 bits per second, and a round trip time of 2.5 seconds, is not practical for general IP purposes. I could show you that we actually could, with some patience, have a SSH connection, and we could also show you that I could pick up a web page, but it will take some time in order to get that done. So I won't show you on this video, but it certainly is possible. But the applicability of this arrangement is probably more like a signaling Internet of Things thing, where we can have compressed, very short payload, etc., and where the round trip time doesn't make any problems. So thank you for your attention. Bye bye.